Hi, I'm Ariel Valdez, founder of the Visionary Planner and creator of Visionary Academy. In today's segment, we're going to talk about how your environment shapes your identity, why the people around you have a direct impact on how you think, how you act, and what you consistently do. You see, most people try to change their lives by changing their habits first, but habits don't exist on their own. They exist inside of an environment. So I want you to think about it as environment shapes your identity, and your identity shapes your actions. So your environment influences what feels normal, and what feels normal is what you will naturally fall back into. So if you're in an environment where certain behaviors are common, whether that's discipline, focus, or growth, or even things like distraction or again, consistency, your brain will start to adapt that pattern. One of the reasons why this happens is because of mirror neurons. These are cells in your brain that activate when you're observing other people. They help you learn by imitation. So when you're around people consistently, your brain starts to pick up their patterns, how they think, how they respond, and even how they behave. There's also something called neurosynchrony. This is when your brain actively begins to align with the people around you and the people you spend the most time with. And over time, your patterns start to match theirs. So I want you to think of it as your brain is doing scan, adapt, become. Scan, adapt, become. So your brain is always taking in information from the environment around you. It's adjusting its behavior and it's reinforcing what it sees repeatedly. This is why someone can have a clear goal but still struggle to follow through consistently. Because if their environment doesn't support that version of them, their behavior will keep defaulting back to what feels familiar. This is because familiar equals safe. Your brain is prioritizing familiarity because it associates it with safety. So even if you want to grow, if your environment reflects an old version of you, you'll feel that resistance when you're trying to change. So in this segment, I'm going to walk you through a simple 4-step framework to help you elevate your environment and build a circle of people that support the direction that you want to move towards in shifting your identity and moving towards your mission. So I call this the flock framework, like birds of a feather flock together. It's 4 simple steps to elevate your environment and understand how the people around you are shaping your behavior. So number 1 is identity. Number 2 is energy. Number 3, standard. And number 4 is direction. So number 1 is identity. First, you want to look at identity. Who do you become when you're around certain people? Do you naturally become more focused, more disciplined, more intentional? Or do you become more distracted, more passive, and less structured? Who do I become when I'm around them? So number 2 is your energy. How do you feel after you spend time with somebody? Do you feel clear? Do you feel motivated? Do you feel focused? Or do you feel drained, scattered, or mentally heavy? So how do you feel after? This matters because your emotional state affects your ability to take action. Number 3 is standard. What behaviors are normal in that environment? What do people around you tolerate? And what do they prioritize? Whatever's normal around you will eventually become your normal. And number 4 is direction. If you stay in this environment, where is it taking you? Where is this leading you? So this 4-step framework is about being honest because your environment is always moving you somewhere. It's either moving you towards your future or back towards your past patterns. So in your environment will then equal what? Your trajectory in life. So when you look at these 4 areas, identity, energy, standards, direction, you can start clearly seeing whether the people around you are aligning with where you want to go, or they're pulling you back into old habits that are no longer serving you. And you can start making intentional decisions about who you spend your time with and what environments you put yourself in. So let me just draw this out for you. Okay? Picture this is you. And you have this goal that you want to achieve, right? And this is like the big mission that you want to achieve. You have this dream. You want to achieve this dream, right? And you have to climb this ladder of success, but you have to shed your old identity to create a new one. And these are the people around you. And they want the best for you. They do. They really want the best for you. They want you to achieve this. But sometimes subconsciously, as you're elevating and moving up this ladder of success, and you might want to take these people with you. And there might be some people that are, going along this journey with you, but there might be some people that are not. This is where sometimes people can say, you've changed. Oh, you're not the same. You don't hang out anymore. They might want to bicker and fight with you. But this is actually a subconscious thing that happens that people do because you're doing things that they're not ready to do. We all have a mission and we all have purpose and we all have levels of growth. But because our subconscious mind wants to keep us safe, sometimes if we're not pulling against that resistance and climbing that mountain and really trying to grow, we can get stuck in what we call the comfort zone. And when we get stuck inside the comfort zone and other people see you trying to reach the top, that's where that causes that resentment, because we all have it in us. So it's almost like a mirror that you're shining on them about themselves. They're not taking that action. And so when you find yourselves in levels of you're growing and other people are not growing, other people are acting different towards you or making you feel bad about you trying to take on this mission, and they're not fully understanding it yet because they're not there yet. We all have the capacity. It isn't that one is greater than the other. It is that one has taken the choice, the conscious choice, to take the action to move towards that mission, right? And so by knowing this, we can give people grace, but sometimes the road can feel lonely in this identity shifting, right? Because the people that we know are not on the same frequency. Because that's all it is. It's just a different frequency. It's just a different energy level. So what you need to do after you do the inventory of identity, energy, standard, direction, and you do inventory on the people around you, you need to go out into the world and find people that are elevating on this level. Because I'm here to tell you, nothing great was ever built in isolation. Nothing at all. Nothing great was ever built in isolation. So if you want to achieve great things, you do not need to do that alone. Sure, there'll be nights that you're working alone. There'll be nights that, you sit on your computer or in front of the board or in front of the camera for 8 hours and you're all by yourself. Absolutely. But you do not need to do life alone. You need to go find those people that are striving for a better quality of life, the people that are in your advanced field that have already done it, or the people that are the same pathers, that are going on the same path as you. And so when we understand that subconsciously, some people are not growing with us because subconsciously they're trying to keep themselves safe because they're still on that same frequency that you once were on, and you elevated your energy and your frequency to go up this mountain and to climb and to fulfill this mission. Sometimes we can't take people with us in doing that, and that's okay. But we need to understand that we don't need to be isolated through this process, And we can actually find people like us that are willing to climb this ladder with us. And that's the beauty of life. We can expand our peer group. We just have to have the means to go out and really find those people, right? And so when we are trying to find these people, we need to put ourselves in the environment where these people will be. So if you have a new identity, right? I have a new identity that I want to shift into, right? So if I want to shift into this new identity, I am changing my energy, I'm changing my frequency, which then changes my standards on what rooms I'm going to be in, where I'm going to operate. And once I know and I have this value system against these standards, I can then have direction for my life in which way that I'm going. And so when I do that, I have a clear path, a clear intention of what environments I'm going to be in and what people are going to be around me. And thus then I can move forward towards my mission and not being isolated and alone, because nothing great was ever built in isolation. So you have to get really clear on the people around you. And sometimes we have to give people grace. And sometimes we have to know that we are all capable of moving towards our mission and our life purpose, but our paths are not the same. So sometimes when you're ready to make the move and to move up levels, you can't take certain people with you, and that's okay. But it's your job to find the environments of people that are on the same frequency as you so you can up level your energy in fulfilling your life's mission. Hey, my friend, Ariel here. And if you enjoyed this teaching and you want to go deeper, everything I shared here is a part of a larger framework called the Visionary Mapping System. It's the system behind the Visionary Planner and the teachings inside of Visionary Academy, where we walk you through step by step, designing your mission, your habits, and your environment, and the life that you want to build. So if you'd like to explore it further, you can check out the links below and learn more about the Planner and Visionary Academy.